All right, thank you so much, Ivan, and our speakers. Okay, once again, a very good afternoon to all, and welcome to part 2 of this webinar. I'm Wansin from SGTech. We have put together a list of solutions that are easy and useful to adopt for SMEs and which you can put to use very quickly in the current situation. And for solutions featured in previous series, you can actually check them out here at isolation.sg/toolbox as shown on the screen here. And today, in this next segment of the webinar, we will hear about cloud-based solutions and how your businesses can leverage them. So before we move into that, I'd like to take this chance to introduce Mr. Lim Soon Tian, Chairman of SGTech's Cloud and Data Chapter, to address the audience. Soon Tian, please.
Thank you, Wansin. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have enjoyed the first part of the SGTech Isolation Economy webinar on Go Cloud for Digital Transformation. Well, now is the second part of the webinar today, which is hosted by Cloud and Data Chapter. Hence, I would like to start off by sharing what our Cloud and Data Chapter do via CLOUD Cloud. C is collaborate among members. Our chapter is a platform for members, companies to share latest updates and business opportunities in cloud, data, and data center. Yes, we have a data center subcommittee in our chapter to address green data center and carbon emission issues with the authority. Prior to COVID-19, we also have overseas mission trip and chill out nights to create collaboration opportunity for members. Now the L, leveraging on our collective expertise and experience to engage authorities as well as other organizations. This is to enable us to grow, to have the right environment to grow. A good example is that our members sit in the GovTech committee like ITSC and COI to ensure that standards promulgated are acceptable to the industry. GovTech and IMDA have recognized SGTech CDC chapter as a good representative of the ICT industry and thus frequently engage us on any new ICT developments in cloud and data center. O, organizing events and seminars to bring in the public for cloud awareness and application of cloud technology into their business verticals like financial, healthcare, and retail, etc. Our biggest event is Cloud Asia, organized together with Cloud Expo Asia, unfortunately due to COVID-19. Our Cloud Asia 2020 may have to be incorporated into a cloud appreciation series. This series is done in support of our IMDA Go Cloud program, which I will elaborate later on. U, undertake social responsibility to educate the young and old to embark on IT and cloud technologies. Our members participate annually in our SGTech Tech for Community reach out on this aspect. Finally, D, deliver good values to our members by ensuring that our cloud and data remains relevant during and after COVID periods. I think today, those companies that are on cloud are not really affected as their business can still survive during this circuit breaker period despite not being able to travel overseas. They can still scale overseas, develop products, and deliver them remotely from their homes in Singapore. IMDA feels that some capabilities need to be accelerated due to COVID-19 to enable SME to grow and strive in this new digital economy. Hence, I would like to seek your view on solutions and capabilities which you will need for your digital transformation. Please leave your suggestion in our chat box or email to SGTech. Well, our government has coined Service 4.0 as a next leg of growth for economy. This slide shows the service journey where 1.0 is very manual. You just print out from your computer and send the letter. Service 2.0 is much more efficient, enabled by internet. Service 3.0 is enabled by mobile technology. That's where you're all connected to the cloud. And Service 4.0 is enabled by emerging technology. Basically, we're trying to build a service hub in Singapore. I believe our seaport hub and airport hub may come, the business aspect may come to a drastic drop because of the COVID-19. So we need to scale using the IT service hub. This service 4.0 is not just about internet service. It's able to have frictionless, anticipatory, and empathetic solution to customers. And it can be scaled regionally and globally. For service 4.0 to work, next slide, please. Next slide. Next, IMDA is leveraging on cloud native architecture. This is not about cloud ready. It's about doing everything in the cloud on day one, including coding. One thing, the previous slide, please. Okay, it's about code architecture, infrastructure, and delivery. So for those of you who want to go on board cloud, I will advise you straight away dive into this cloud native architecture, where you can provide microservice and multi-cloud and basically in a DevOps. Why? Next slide, please. Next. Because cloud native offers significant benefit over traditional software architecture. Most of the software modules are in microservices. They can be developed, plug and play, and not like in the traditional software. Basically, you need to develop a whole complete monolithic software and compile them. Hence, it's easier and faster. And basically, it's more effective because you are using the cloud platform. You don't have to build your own servers and storage for your use. Next. So IMDA has rolled out this Go Cloud program. Shown here is to support ICT SME to build up digital capabilities in cloud native. But I believe those SME who are interested to move their business into cloud and move it faster globally, I believe this solution will suit you. So in this solution, it's like what Joanne mentioned. They have 3 steps. The first step is basically to scope your business. It's a consultancy phase to see whether your business can be on cloud native. Step 2, basically you provide training to your staff. And for step 2, the funding is up to 95% by WSG. And step 3 is the implementation, how you put into practice. So for step 1 and step 3, IMDA will be supporting up to 50% of the service fee. Our cloud and data chapter has also worked out a series of cloud appreciation program. Next slide, please. For the 5 selected service provider to create better awareness of cloud native architecture. Our second cloud appreciation program is on 18 June at 4 p.m. Unfortunately, it will be on webinar. Please do feel free to register if you are keen to go on board cloud native architecture towards service 4.0. Okay, on this note, I would like to end off with my favorite saying. Tell me, I will forget. Show me, I'll remember. Involve me, I'll understand. Inspire me, I'll do the rest. Well, I have tell you and show you using slides. Now, I will let our selected companies to involve and inspire you in how they are using and or having their technologies in cloud for your digital transformation journey. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sun Tian, for that very inspiring address. Right, so everyone, now it's time to check out the solutions that we have lined up for today. We'll be featuring 5 solutions in total. So just a kind reminder to all, if you have any questions regarding the solutions, please feel free to share them via the Q&A panel and specify the company or solution if it's directed at any in particular. Okay. So first up, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Sanjay Lakhani from Discara. Over to you, please, Sanjay.
Hi, thanks, Wanzin. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Hi, a very good afternoon to everyone. I'm Sanjay. I represent Discara. Discara is basically one of the pioneers in software as a service business solutions. So in this difficult period, when everybody is working remotely and you still have to run your business, we have seen that a lot of people are, kind of scrambling to move to cloud. So in fact, in this period, people have learned a very valuable lesson, how to move from, on-premise software to a cloud solution, because ultimately you have to, have to work remotely and you have to get used to that kind of a thing. So let me just show you the, okay. So if you see this, typically what does SME want to know to run their business? Obviously, so they want to know what is my revenue, what are my costs, what is my profit ultimately, how much money do I have in bank accounts. They want to see their sales and transaction invoices, and obviously the purchase, etc. And obviously there are other things like you want to have inventory, your local reporting, etc. So if it is on-premise solution that you are running, then it becomes problematic for you because you can't collaborate. You don't have your data on your fingertips. With this kind of a difficult situation we are in, where we are talking about kind of economy not doing very well, it is very, very important that all these things are within your control, and you can get your data on a real-time basis. Right? So what is the difference, right? How you used to do a traditional accounting and why cloud accounting? A lot of SMEs are still confused, right? So they still say, you know what, we want to have something on our premises. So if you see this, if you're using a traditional accounting software which is on-premise, so getting your financial information is problematic for you. There are different processes. So some people are out. So let's say if somebody is filing a claim, a claim for travel or hospitality or anything, you can't approve it online, right? So you have to go back to the office to work. So this whole slows down your whole, even numbers. Right? To crunch that numbers takes time. So this is, and whereas if you move to cloud, obviously everybody can see and they can do their jobs, and you can have a mobile application also. So in this world, wherever you are, you can work, you have all the numbers and everybody is aligned. So what do we offer? So we offer what is known as a Deskera Books, which is a complete solution to manage your sales, purchase, account, inventory, your fixed assets, etc. And also with a mobile app. So that mobile app will give you all what you can see on the Deskera Books. You can even download this mobile app for free from Google Play Store or iOS Store. So on your mobile, you can just generate an invoice, and you can even straight away WhatsApp it to your customers, etc. So okay, so why Deskera? Obviously, it's built for growth because it's software as a service platform. So you pay what you use. It's a cloud-based, so you don't have to spend on any infrastructure. It is synced across web and mobile. Compliance is another big part because we are compliant with all the regulations like GST and and even the regionally. In fact, not only in Singapore, even in Malaysia, Philippines, and all other countries, quick to deploy. And we have a very extensive network of partners to help you. 6 key features that matter to every SME. First, obviously, e-invoicing. So IMDA has been promoting this e-invoicing. Deskera is e-invoicing enabled. Gone on the days where you have to do a paper invoice and fax it across, etc. You can just create an e-invoice. There is some grant for that. We'll talk about that. You can monitor your sales and orders. You can collect directly to your bank. So we have integrations with 500 banks. So you can integrate with UOB, DBS, PayPal, any of such accounts. So you don't need to physically go to a bank. You can do a collaboration. Inventory, obviously, you can do pick, pack, ship, etc. So we have an advanced inventory module to take care of inventory. This is something, it's about e-invoicing. And if you see in e-invoicing, there is an e-invoicing registration grant for all SMEs, irrespective of the software. As long as you register for an e-invoicing, you get a people ID and you get a $200 grant. I think it has been enhanced yesterday, but yet I haven't looked into the details. So basically, Deskera is a e-invoicing enabled software. So you don't have to send a PDF copy or do a OCR or upload to a portal, etc. Right? All your data are visible on a dashboard. So you can see on a real-time basis, right? Whatever data, you don't need to do Excel spreadsheets, etc. All data is available, on your dashboard, all the business metrics. Right? This is something what we are talking about is a real-time bank feeds. So it's connected to 500 different bank accounts all over the world. You can download all the banking data into your software. You can do your bank reconciliation automatically. So even you don't have to go and visit a bank, right? Typically, or you don't have to log into your bank. You can just straight away, connect through the software. These are some of our clients. Obviously, like if you see, these are some of the bigger companies, some of the smaller companies. But typically the trend is all these companies are moving to cloud. Right? So there are hundreds of companies who have adopted Deskera. We are also PSG approved. So if you need a grant, etc., we can help you with that. And this is a special offer that we have for all the people who are participating today. So what we are offering you is a 5-user license, free 5-user license for 1 year, no cost. You can start immediately. You can contact us at hello@deskera.com, or you can call us on the number given below. Not only will give you software for free in this difficult period, because that's the only way we can contribute to local SMEs, but we will also help you in onboarding. Right? So in fact, there is a zero cost. But yes, it's for 1 year. Next year, if you want to renew, you can renew. Right? So if you have any queries, we'll be glad to answer later. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, Sanjay. All right, thanks very much for that insightful presentation. So next up, we have Mr. Edric Koo from SGTech Technologies. Edric, over to you, please.
Thank you, Wansi. All right, let me share my screen here. All right, we start off with the next gen ID solution, and start off with a little bit small story. I myself actually stay in Punggol, and every day I walk to Punggol Plaza. There is always people scanning using a thermal gun and scan on my forehead, and then the next person will help us to check on the safe entry or even fill up on paperwork. And we see that when phase one of after circuit breaker, this will be even more required for all the retailer shop or even companies. And we are actually putting all this workers' life in risk, because imagine they are actually every day on the front end facing a lot of people coming into the building. And of course, we can lower down our cost by redeploy some of the workers to do more reproductive work here by using next-gen ID. All right, the next-gen ID benefits is we can actually minimize worker risk, so it automated to be more machinery. And of course, the data will be all stored in the Alibaba Cloud with encryption, so it complies to PDPA, and it runs 24/7. And this solution is not only used for COVID-19 period, but it used beyond COVID-19. And how are we going to do that? By actually adopting the data that we collected. We are using the data to do an analysis of helping you to grow your business through the cloud analysis, right? On top of that, we also use the dynamic QR for the safe entry, so that each of our identity will carry a dynamic QR. For future, you don't really need to scan the QR every time you enter to a building or a premise. So in this solution, we provide a admin panel here, so that you can actually remote control all the devices by using the admin panel. And not only that, we also have a mobile app here to notify when there is a person with abnormal temperature. And all the staff or visitors, or even the people that you want to blacklist it, can be all pre-configured inside this admin panel. And that report can be exported as well whenever the, like for example, MOM needed the report, it can be exported and submit to them. And all the data that we collected, just now we mentioned, Data V is actually one of the Alibaba Cloud product to analyze your business. So it helps to identify where is all your potential leads comes in. And that is very benefits to all the building owner and retail session, or even offices as well. All right, I have a small clip to play on. with that SGTech, we actually have a special promotion going on, and this price list will be shared to others. And this listed over here. And I'll move on to the next session is actually who is Ashcash. Ashcash is actually a company founded in 2017. We have more than 400,000 merchants worldwide, and we are partnering very closely with Alipay, Alibaba Cloud, and Taobao, and this Frigi. Locally, we're working very closely with Singapore Nets, and Indonesia, we work with BCA Bank. And this is some of our notable clients that using our solution at the moment, right? And not only ending, I will actually stop my presentation, but I'll do a live demo with my next-gen ID just next to me here. So I hope everyone can see this very clearly. I'll move a little bit clearer. So I start off with facing me to scan the
normal temperature. Please wear a mask.
So I'm not wearing a mask, so it won't allow me to go in. So I have a mask with me right now. I wear it on.
Normal temperature.
And it admitted me to go into the building. And yet, by using a so-called this mobile phone, I can turn on my camera QR code. Once I scan the QR code on the screen, it will allow me to go into the Bangku Plaza right now. So that is actually the comply to the safe entry. And one more thing that would like to present over here is what if I'm actually in fever, right? I have a hot water just next to me right now. I put it on my forehead.
Normal temperature.
Oh, sorry.
Normal temperature.
Not hot enough. Yeah, there you
Normal
go.
temperature.
Hold on.
Normal temperature.
All right.
Normal temperature.
Yeah, this basically, I'm telling you, it's 38.5. It will alarm you when you have a fever. So that will actually end my live demo. I'll pass back to you, Wansi. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Edric. Right. And next up, we have Luke from Cloud Ace, right, to share more about his solution. Over to you, Luke.
Hi guys, can you all hear me? Okay,
Yes.
great. So hi, my name is Luke. I'm from Cloud Ace. We are basically a Japanese Google Cloud partner, and in this presentation, I'll go through with you with some solutions I think can be of benefit to your business now, especially in this current COVID-19 situation. So yeah, what I hope to achieve in this presentation is to give you some ideas about what can be done to help you to leverage on digital technologies to keep your business going. And then I'll cover three main industries: media and gaming, retail, F&B, and also manufacturing. Okay, so just a little quick snippet from what DPM Hing talked about yesterday. So he said that whatever digitization process that we think was going to take 5 years to adopt actually happened over the past 8 weeks. And there's no way we should go back to the old ways of doing things. Digital solutions will be much more deeply embedded into our lives. So what does this mean? So pre-COVID-19 situation, we are forecasting that cloud adoption will take, so most companies will get cloud adoption by 2021. And then by 2022, I think the vast majority of people will be on the cloud. And then by 2025, we'll be using cloud to build our applications. So given the current COVID situation, I'm thinking this might happen a lot sooner than we previously thought it would take. So these are the three main areas I believe every business, like you business owners, are currently experiencing. One is the costly operations due to a supply and demand shock, given the current situation. So we do not know how long this COVID situation is going to be around for. I believe that it could be anywhere from 2 years or more until like a vaccine is formed. So till then, you have to think about some short-term planning about how you're going to manage your cost of operations. Next thing, another challenge we're facing is that given the current social distancing requirements, a lot of the old way of doing business, like relying on in-person, people visiting your store, getting manual demands from your customer, and it's not going to be able to carry on going under this new normal. And also, we also realized that work from the office this business model is also not very feasible given the current situation. So we have to change, and this is how we're going to change. Firstly, the number one thing you could do first to cut costs is to do a cloud migration. So when you do cloud migration, you actually incur less cost because cloud is you're renting the technical infrastructure from the cloud providers, which is actually will lower your cost because it allows you to scale and allows you to do cost optimization. And then also you can talk about the collaboration tools, which I think most people will know about video conferencing, like what we're doing now, or using some shared document, etc. And the more important one is how you're going to leverage the internet to do your business. Because in the past, right, you have people coming down to your office to do business with you, but now all your business has to be shifted to the internet. So that is a completely new environment. It is not something that I think most people will be used to. So you will need additional tools and additional applications to help you to be successful, to successfully actually conduct your business on the internet, right? So, for example, what we can do for retail businesses and F&B, the solution is that yes, first we recommend you do a cloud migration, thereby bringing down your operating costs. So instead of and also prolonging your business survivability over the next few years. Then we talk about e-payments adoption, how you're going to utilize your e-commerce platform to launch your online store, and then how do you include certain tools to manage the viewers that will come to your store. So instead of having people coming down in person to visit your store, you're going to deal with internet traffic. So all your customers now will be some viewer on the internet, and how do you deal with this traffic surge? So one way you can go about doing it is implementing chatbots. So instead of you having to have like a whole list of customer service personnel entertaining calls from prospective buyers, you can use a chatbot to engage them and then let them answer commonly asked questions or common inquiries that your potential buyers might have, right? Also, we talk about now on the internet, everything's by traffic, data and traffic. So when you have a lot of traffic, you're going to need a way to manage the huge load of viewers that might be coming through your online store. And to be able to do that, you should use some kind of cloud infrastructure to help you to scale to be able to manage the traffic load. So this is just a quick example of what your new retail space will look like. So I don't want to go too much into detail about it. I just want you to pay attention to the areas that have been bolded and enlarged. So these are the one that is most relevant to you as an online retail store. So you're going to need to have an e-commerce store for you to engage to conduct e-commerce. So you will need to have like shopping assistants, chatbots to engage your online customers. This will also tie in with your digital marketing campaign, how you're going to reach out to people. So you're going to need to have also a merchandising and modernized system for you to manage your inventory. So whatever inventory you have, whether it's in your office or your warehouse, you will want to be able to have visibility over it from your home office where you are conducting your business. And you also want to be able to quickly profile your customers, what their interests, what they're buying, and then have a way to manage it. So when they have a return customer, it's more easy for you also to track what they were interested in buying previously, and then you can like cater your marketing campaign or the way you present your storefront, how you organize your items to them. So that this will require a combination of data analytics to study your customer behavior, artificial intelligence to foresee what they are going to do, and also perhaps chatbots to engage your customers. So here's a quick example of okay, sorry, I'm going to speed up. So okay, a very quick example. This is what one customer did. We helped him to migrate to the cloud, and thereby he's able to benefit from the whole data analytics experience. The next one we're talking about is media entertainment and gaming. So we helped two gaming companies to utilize their experience on the cloud. What we did is we helped them to increase the search for traffic and then help them to also develop mobile applications such that they're able to engage with their customers while they're using the cloud. So manufacturing, okay, so maybe I'll just skip first because it's very broad. It's basically just using AI to help you to enforce social distancing, where you may not be able to do so in person, but using like AI technology to help you to enforce it. and you're also using Google Assistant to minimize social contact, right? So what we are as CloudAce, we are actually have over 10 years of cooperation with Google. We have over 300 Google certifications, over 100 engineers in 6 countries. So whatever you see here is basically what is on the Google platform. They are basic building blocks required to power all those technologies I mentioned to you just now. We have the capability to use these building blocks to help you to design tailored solutions for your business needs. So this is our capabilities in a nutshell. And these are some of the value-added services that we have. So we can do a free assessment for you to say what your infrastructure requirements are, and we also provide a basic 3-tier support plan by which you can get support from us. So this is the offer we're going to give to you. We give you $500 free credits if you sign up with us to use to migrate to Google Suite, so the Google Cloud, and an additional 3% of discount. We also can help you to apply for the SPG grant, which is something the government is offering to help you now. And also we can do consultation with you to discuss and work through your project ideas. Okay, so just a quick outro. This is what DPM Heng said yesterday, and I just want you guys to know that there is nothing to fear but fear itself. This is said by Franklin D. Roosevelt in March 1933. This was the end of the Great Depression. So I just want you to know digital technology can help you to improve your business productivity. Thanks.
All right, so thank you so much. Right, so everyone, we have heard from 3 solution providers, 2 more to go, so stay with us. And if you have any questions, right, along the way, please do share via the Q&A panel so we can address them later. So now move on to the next speaker. We have Mr. Jin Chong from 7 Network. Jin, over to you.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Certainly a very cloudy day. I'm going to start my presentation, keep it short and sweet, all right? This is what happened one day when, you suddenly see a news flash and say that, government wants you guys to have your workplace open and use digital check-in. So we can expect more of this to come because of this unprecedented crisis. So government will keep coming up with new policies, new requirements. So the pain point that we all have right now is we need to go digital very quickly. No time to wait for development, something that's quick. You can make changes along the way and it is cost effective. With the help of Alibaba, we've crafted out something that is ready to use, ready to go. It does help you to do your daily temperature log, activities log, visitor screening, and as well as providing a dashboard for you to see the overall status of your company. So this is some example of temperature taking log, activities, workflow management, all right, and a good, nice dashboard, proudly sponsored by Alibaba, that can give you an overall picture of what your company is doing. Okay, so I'll give you a simple success story. Space Logic, a local company that is specialized in building exhibitions and fit-up projects. They have also a requirement to digitize all the well-being of the employees or the members in the company, including foreign workers, because they have their own built-in dormitory. So what they did was quickly put the ready-to-use forms, make replications, duplications, so that every department can register their daily temperature, their activities. And Mr. Roland Ang said that it is easy to implement. With a couple of hours, he's able to get things moving. All right. So this solution is offered free till end of September and is available in this URL. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact SGTech or myself. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, Jin, for the very short and sweet presentation.
Yeah.
Right. So everyone, we have come to the final solution, and I'd like to then welcome Tarun from Pepper Cloud. Tarun, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Tarun and I represent Pepper Cloud. As we have seen in the previous presentation as well, and we know that how COVID situation has badly impacted us in terms of the sales. Revenues are down, business is flat. And sales is a very critical feature in any business survival. Today, when you are working remotely, your team is working remotely, so it becomes very imperative that you have almost the right tools to restart your business, to make your business more resilient. So I am going to present our solutions, which will help you to drive this sale in a situation like COVID in near and distant future. So just a background about our company. We are actually a Singapore-based local company. Most of our solutions are on cloud. We provide CRM solutions for the SMEs, and our solutions are driven by artificial intelligence and machine learning. We are present mostly in the entire Southeast Asia region, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore. These are some of our customers who are already using this solution and benefiting during this lockdown period. And if we look at the kind of the problems that the SMEs are facing during this COVID situation, so fundamentally, the first and the foremost problem that they are facing is how do they keep a track of their sales team? Who is doing what leads are being generated? Are they following up with clients on time or not? How do we collaborate with them? So that's one of the key problems they are facing, because they are working remotely, the team is working remotely. So another big problem that they are facing is whatever kind of opportunities which they have in hand right now, how many opportunities are open, which are the important opportunities which require the urgent attention, in which stage of the pipeline they have the opportunities sitting, how are the sales team going to handle new clients. So that is something which is not available right now unless they have a good visibility of all the opportunities. Another new challenge which has come up is how do we generate new leads? What kind of campaigns to run? How do we engage our existing leads? Is there a data-driven marketing that we can do? That's another big challenge which has come up now. So in terms of organized sales data, we spoke with many customers, and one of the main reasons they said that this COVID situation had hit them badly is because their data is all scattered, is all over the place. Some is in office laptop, some is in phone data, some is in email, some are with the sales team. So data is not organized at a single platform. So they need something like a single source of truth where every data is available. And data leakages itself is a big problem in sales. In any case, it's your data is your asset. So when your team is working remotely, when your sales staff is working remotely, it's necessary to ensure that the data does not go out when they move on or when they are working remotely. So that's a solution that we provide. We provide a cloud-based CRM solution. It requires no infrastructure, so it's ready deployable, let's say by today itself. So it's quite a bit fast in terms of the deployment. In terms of security, is highly secure platforms. We work on AWS. In terms of the revenue, it increases your revenue. In terms of accessibility, it gives you an accessibility anytime, anywhere, on any sort of device. So basically Pepper Cloud, so these are the problems which I just talked about, and how is that we are providing a solution on that. So I'll just give you a quick demo there. But before that, what are the special offer that we are running for SGTech members? So this particular solution is absolutely free for first 6 months. You can use it for 10 users. Thereafter, if you like the product, if you want to continue using, you just pay as low as $40 per user per month. We are offering the full enterprise solution, so there are no hidden costs there. All the features are included, and it's a very comprehensive solution. And if you want to avail this offer, you can email us at sales@peppercloud.com. So let's dig in very quickly in terms of our product. So this is the activity stream where you are in control of all your sales team. You can see how many tasks have been completed, who has created meetings, who has created their events. Are they creating any opportunities? They have worked on new leads. You can filter them by the name of the user. You can filter by timelines. From there, you would like to jump into the opportunity section because you want to see what my opportunities are, how many opportunities are open. So you can clearly see the opportunities stacked out, open opportunities, won opportunities, lost opportunities. You see who is working what. So this screen gives you fundamentally the overall list view of the opportunities. But if you want to go into slightly more deeper analysis, you can go into the sales pipeline view. So every business, you also have your own way of working. So this is pretty much customizable. So you can view your opportunities as per the sales pipeline, and you want to ensure that your pipeline is always healthy. So that's something which you can quite quickly view here. In terms of lead generation, then we are also integrated with MailChimp. So you can, if you're running a digital marketing campaign, or you are working with a data analytical company and you want to run your campaign, so you can just apply filter and go ahead and use MailChimp directly from here. So just click of a button and it goes ahead and gives you access to launch out your EDMs, launch out your campaigns, and generate new leads. So finally, we have a smart dashboard. This is quite an interactive dashboard. At the top level, it gives you how many opportunities are open, what is the value of the opportunity that your team is working on, where are the opportunities coming from, how many open and how many lost opportunities are there. There is the sales dashboard. You can look in terms of the opportunity coming through sources. In terms of the activity, you can see compare between your team members, who is working on what, where the opportunities lying, and how are they closing their tasks. So that's a small presentation on our products. This is the product, and if you're interested, then you can just drop in an email us at sales@peppercloud.com. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to take up. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Tarun, and thank you so much once again to all our presenters earlier for sharing on your respective solutions. Right. So we have heard from all five, and not to worry if you like a recap of the presentations, they will be made available on the SGTech website. Right. So for now, we will move on to the Q&A, which I guess most of you have been waiting for. Right. So here I'd like to introduce Mr. Suresh Agarwal. He's the executive committee member of SGTech's Cloud and Data Chapter, and he will be moderating our session today. Suresh, over to you.
Hi. After an interesting group of presentations, I think the first question is for Suntian. I think there has been a number of questions on trying to move from traditional architecture to cloud native architecture. And I think there was some talk about consulting grants that are there. I think the companies would like to know, besides consulting, what are the other ways that the government can right now assist to, or SGTech can right now assist to bring the companies to cloud. Over to Suntian.
Hi, Shiraz, thanks. Basically, I think you're referring to the grant subsidies, right? For
That's right.
Go Cloud program. Okay, under Go Cloud program, there's a grant subsidy up to 50% of the total cost, especially for the first phase of consultancy and the implementation. The training phase is undertaken by the WSG group. So the infrastructure will be provided by one of the 5 selected cloud service provider. They are IBM, Microsoft, Human Capital, HCS, and Alibaba. They come as a group. AWS and Google come together with Cloud Comrade. So these are 5 selected CSP. And if you want to, if you're keen to learn more, maybe you should come and join us in the Cloud Appreciation Series now.
Sure, that's great.
So the other thing, I think the government also got under the resilient budget, line up a few series of grant as well as solutions for SME to adopt. Yeah, you can visit the government website, GovTech, under GovTech.
I think the resilient budget takes us to the next question, which is for Sanjay from Deskara. I think you talked about an interesting concept of e-invoicing, and we heard about re-invoicing being covered in the resilient budget yesterday. So do you want to throw some light on e-invoicing and how does it really work? Because most of us are used to giving physical invoices to our customers, while you talked about being able to do invoicing. So do you want to throw some light on that?
Yeah. So e-invoicing is a new initiative by IMDA. So what you typically do, every SME needs to have a people ID. That's an international standard, and Deskara is one of the providers of that ID. So all you need to do is to just fill up a small form and send it to us, and we enable that ID and you get your $200 grant straight away. And going forward, if your your customers and vendors are also using a e-invoicing enabled software, so you can just send an invoice from your system directly, and it reaches them straight away, right? And so the whole thing goes digital. And in fact, with the grant, I think which has been enhanced yesterday from $200 to quite a substantial sum. But yes, you have to check the finer points for that. That makes very imperative, right? It's just like tomorrow, if you're not under e-invoicing framework, people will stop doing business with you because it's too cumbersome to do business with you, right? So as you are doing banking transactions online now, you're paying online, same thing, you have to switch to that mode. And I will urge all the SMEs to just move to it fast, because obviously you are getting a grant. Second, it makes you more efficient. And third, it's very simple to get onto this e-invoicing.
Sure. My next question is to basically Edric from Scash on the next gen ID solution. I think it was an interesting solution. Maybe you just want to differentiate. How does it differentiate with the safe entry solution that the government has? Does it complement? Does it enhance? And also, maybe you can just verbalize your promotion for our members quickly.
Okay. For the safe entry, now from government offering is using a static QR, which is you use your camera to scan it and register it. The static QR, you can actually take a picture, you can actually log in everywhere. That is actually one of the incorrect information we'll be providing to the government. But here, when you're using a next-gen ID, you're using a dynamic QR which link back to your own identity. So every time you, after the first time check into the building, in future, you don't have to scan a QR anymore, because the database will actually submit to GovTech every time when you scan over to the next-gen ID. Yeah. And the promotion that we have right now, we are, should I flash my price list? Sure. Or the promotion? No need, right? Okay.
Yeah, you can just verbalize.
Okay, yeah, the promotion that we are going on is actually for just only for the SGTech member only, and that we'll actually extend it to end of June for the phase 1 and phase 2 probably. We're not sure when phase 2 is coming in, but we are taking a pre-order for some of the our clients, because we need time to ship the equipment over. And the software is actually done locally in Singapore, our own Ashcash IP. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Edric. And then next question is basically for Jen. We got a pretty good idea that you can build your own software and then you can build it quite quickly. But maybe just give us an idea how much does it cost and how long does it take to build the software, and will it be able to work on all the devices, including mobile devices?
Yes, it is. It is available both. It is available both on iOS and Android mobile app. Basically, if you go on to some online guide, you should be able to build a simple app like within a few minutes. It's as easy as doing your Excel spreadsheet. In fact, if you have an Excel spreadsheet, you can just import directly into Jet workflow, and straight away you can use it off as an app. Pricing model, we're looking at from $200 a month for 10 users. So it's quite cost effective.
Okay, that's great. That brings me to a similar question for Luke from CrowdAce. We heard a very good view of bringing Google all the way to SMEs. It sounds a little bit too nice that we want to all get into the details. You said you can bring in machine learning and a lot of high technology to primarily very small companies, and I think this would be very useful. Can you give us an idea of how long would it take to bring a typical SME onto an application where you start talking to them, understanding the requirements, and help them build a solution and put them on live?
Well, it really depends, man. I think that one of the great, depending on the scope of the scale of the application and on the usage requirements, it could be anywhere from a few days to a month. But either way, it's still considered very fast uptime. And yes, you're right to say that it sounds a bit too good to be true that Google is actually bringing their capabilities and technologies to the small SMEs. But it is that true. Yeah. So. Just so rest assured, I think it's a good thing because this is in a way allows you to create like a level playing field for all the SMEs to be able to also have the same kind of capabilities that some of the traditional and perhaps bigger players already have in terms of what they can do with their businesses. I mean, in terms of the kind of capability, the digital capabilities they have within their businesses. And yeah, so I think it's the ultimate like leveler, playing field leveler, and it really allows SMEs the chance to have a much wider reach into the market, into the greater market, and also a way for them to reposition themselves and stand a very decent chance to play with the bigger boys. Yeah. So again, in terms of rollout time, depends. It really depends on the application. Depends on how much customization is required. But again, anywhere from a few days to a month or 2 months. So it really depends.
Okay, I think we have quite a few other questions, but I think in the interest of time, I think we've had a pretty good session where we have had all the way from ERP solutions to CRM solutions to building our own solutions to enhancing some of the solutions that we have either in terms of entry or other things. Let's try to conclude the session here as we are running a little bit over time. And I think all of you, whoever has questions, can still address to the individual panelist. You would have the details on their presentation. So feel free to write to them for any clarifications or questions that you have.
Okay, so thank you so much, Suresh, and our speakers for the Q&A session. And as what Suresh had mentioned, not to worry, if you still have questions, we will keep the Q&A panel open, right, so that you can answer them, and we'll have the speakers to address them after the webinar, right? So do stay with us if you do have more questions, right? So now we have actually come to the end of this webinar, and before we conclude, I would just like everyone to take some time to do a very quick feedback survey for us, right? So this is actually very important so that SGTech can continue to create initiatives that are relevant and that can help you, such as these webinars, right? So we really appreciate your feedback. I'll give everyone some time to scan the QR code here. Alternatively, when you exit the Zoom webinar, you would actually be redirected to the survey as well. Okay, and meantime, don't forget to check out our URL here, right, for upcoming webinars. Like tomorrow, we actually have one that's going to talk about some of the measures that have been covered in DPM's budget speech yesterday, right? So do join us for that. Okay, so with that, then I would just like to thank everyone again for your time this afternoon. And we hope to see you in our future webinars. Do continue to stay well and safe, right, as we approach the end of the circuit breaker. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Right. So to those who are still around, right, feel free to ask away, right, if you have questions or any thoughts that you might like us to address, right? We'll still keep this channel open for some time.